What's up, guys? So I'm Brandon from T.REX, obviously. If you guys are unfamiliar with who I am and what I do at the company, I am a brand representative, and I also help with some of the content creation that we do here at the company. So what I used to do before T.REX was in the Marine Corps for 9 years, and in those 9 years, 6 of those years was in MARSOC. So I have a little bit of experience shooting, not so much with this type of shooting we're gonna do today. We are actually going to be training around USPSA or competition style shooting. So a little bit of my USPSA experience is extremely limited. All right, I've only been to a couple matches, and in fact, I am still really prepping to get the better at this sort of thing. So that's exactly what we're gonna do today. So this is a one take, which means, stand by, let me turn my headphones on, which means there is no redos. So you're gonna get to see me screw up, do really well. If I flub words, I flub words. I'm just gonna roll with it. So yeah, that's exactly what's going on today. Now, this is not gonna be a review of any kind of a specific gun or anything like that. I am actually just gonna be shooting my personal Glock 17 here. And yeah, we'll go from there. So let's get started. So we're gonna come over here to do a cold start to start the day off. Yes, I just chalked up. You don't necessarily need chalk, but it just helps, you know, I like it. So just a quick overview of the kit real quick. I have my Glock 17. This is a stock Glock aside from the magazine release and the stipple job, and then the Forward Controls design optic mounting plate. So other than that, stock trigger, stock slide release, stock barrel, all of that sort of thing. I have a speed belt. This is in multicam black, so this is an old prototype that was used just to help test this thing. It's actually a thinner version than what we sell. Rag carriers, got 3 of them. And then I forgot my water. Let me grab that real quick. Dump pouch to hold my water bottle. So what I like to do when I start my range days is just do a cold start. So the purpose of cold starts is they are going to help you evaluate where you are as a shooter. So generally I like to do this before I dry fire, before I rep out my gun out of my holster a few times, all of that sort of thing. So really all I've done today, full disclosure, is I took my gun out and just made sure my dot was at the brightness I want it. So didn't even chalk the gun yet. As you can see, you just watch me do that. So this cold start is a bill drill here at 40 meters. We're gonna run up to the 20 meters, shoot another bill drill on the second target, and then at 10 meters, we're gonna shoot another bill drill. So we have 3 bill drills on 3 different targets at 3 different distances. So when you determine a cold start or pick one out, you wanna pick one that kind of evaluates a couple different things. So shooting and moving, target transitions, all of that sort of stuff, recoil control, all of those things. So this one, obviously shooting and moving, recoil control, and that's about it. So here we go. Make sure this is on delay. It is. All right, stand by. All right, so that's a 16-32. So before we check the hits, important thing to note here, this is the first talking point I want to address, is being able to call your shots. So that's important because it helps you diagnose exactly what you did wrong. So before I go down there, I'm gonna try and call my shots. I think I have 2 mics on the left, center should be pretty good, and the right should be all good. So let's check them out. I didn't call my shots out that well. Like I said, you're gonna get to see the good, bad, and the ugly. All right, so this is the 40 meter bill drill. Got 1 mic. So we got, 2 alphas, 3 charlies, and a mic. So the 20 meter, definitely took this in a little quicker than I wanted, but I did think it was a little better. Maybe my dot was just a little higher than what I was thinking. So we got a Charlie, 3 charlies, delta, 2 mics. And then the 10 meter, we got 4 alphas and 2 charlies. So that was the cold start. Let's go ahead and get started with the actual training. So we're gonna come over here, and the way this is kind of broken down is we kind of got a little circuit going on here. Again, this is gonna be kind of sped up for the sake of filming, obviously. We're gonna do a little less reps than I normally would. But to start, we have stand and deliver drills. So the first one being a wide target transition. And the way this works is we're just gonna shoot one on steel over there. It's about 15 meters. Transition back over to this IPSC target, and we're gonna shoot a pair. Now we're gonna start on steel, finish on paper, start on paper, finish on steel. So the talking point here is going to be all about vision, all right? So vision is obviously very important for a lot of things because you have to see what you're shooting. So generally, good shooters miss because they're not looking at the target properly. So what I'm going to do is, to help practice some vision, I'm going to occlude my dot, right? So this means when I look through my dot, I can't stare at my dot and still see the target. So I have to be able to find a point on the target, or at least stare at the target to be able to see what I'm shooting. And what I did on this other target is I put a good visual indicator on it. So I got a black speck on it. It's just a piece of electrical tape. So I have a good reference point, something that I can focus on when I stare at when I shoot. So, got a mag here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot 1 on steel, transition over, shoot 2. When we go again, shoot 2, come back over, shoot 1 on steel. So, stand by. Let's start on steel. All right, so that was a 266. We got 2 alphas there. I can see it from here where you hit the steel. So now we'll start on paper and finish on steel. Stand by. All right, so missed the steel that second shot, or first shot, 294. Go back the other way. Stand by. All right, that was much better, 256. So that second run I did, I kind of got sucked into my dot when I transitioned over. That's why I missed the steel. This time, my eyes went straight to the target looking for that black point rather than trying to follow through with my dot and my gun. So when I transition, my eye should lead, my gun should follow, both ways. So we're gonna do it again. We'll start on paper and finish over to steel. This will be the last run of this. Stand by. So 237, not too bad. Let's check these sits out real quick. So this target's a little twisted. I forgot to turn it towards us, but all alphas with 1 Charlie, and this is what we want to see. So again, we're trying to stare at this. More rounds obviously on the center, the better. So let's go over to the next stand and deliver drill. Kind of went out of order. My bad, Isaac. So the next drill we're going to do, like I said, another stand and deliver. And this is just going to be kind of focused more on weapons manipulations. So as I'm sure you're picking up by now, in USPSA shooting, there's a lot of targets and stages, so obviously a lot of target transitions. And there's also obviously the need to reload in between these drills. So we have 3 targets here. These are the 3 warm-up targets we did. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot 2 on each, reload, shoot 2 on each. So what I wanna talk about here now is something that I call the 3 different shooting speeds. Well, I don't actually call it that, it's just something I do. But there's generally 3 speeds that I shoot at. Over there, you saw my 80 to 90%, that's what I call my match speed. So what I'm gonna demonstrate here is shooting at a 50 to 60% speed. This is just kind of like a confident booster, warm up, a practice type run. And then, like I said, the 80 to 90% speed is that competition speed. So this is where consistency will start to break down, but it's not so fast where I can't control it. So I could still, you know, if I present my gun, I don't have the dot, I'm slowing down still enough just to be able to correct it a little bit. And then the last speed, this is the speed you should be training at, is the 100%. So I'm going as fast as I possibly can. This is where consistency is really gonna, the inconsistencies, I should say, will really start to break down and where your lack of dry fire is gonna start to show. So the way I'm gonna demonstrate this is, I'm going to shoot at that 50 to 60% speed. Now at this speed, I should have all alphas. I should know without a doubt, I'm getting all my hits. So that's what we should get here. All right, stand by. All right, so if I can see it from here, I got all alphas, which is good. So that was a 787. Now I'm gonna go to that competition speed, so that 80 to 90%. Again, this is where consistencies are gonna start to break down. But again, with this being like my competition speed, I'm still cranking it down a little bit. I'm still confirming my dot almost every time. But what I want to see is majority of alphas, because I'm still, like I said, I should be fairly consistent at this speed. So I went from a 787. Let's see what my competition speed is like. This is 10 meters, by the way. All right, stay by. All right, so 617 that's a little slow. Not too happy with that. We got, looks like we got, let's go down and check them out actually, instead of trying to call it from here. All right, so we got 2 Charlies. That's definitely on the 80 to 90% run. I can see all the alphas from the first one from back there. The center here got 1 Charlie on that 80 to 90% run. And then over here we got another Charlie. So of the 12 shots, 4 of them were Charlies, the rest were alphas. So in a competition, that's acceptable hits for sure. So let's go back. Excuse me. I don't drink energy drinks, guys, but I had about half a rain before this and I am feeling it, all right? And it's coming up a little bit. So here we go. We're gonna do that 80, 90% again. I wasn't all that happy with my speed. All right. Actually, is that good? Yeah. All right, that competition speed again. Stand by. That sucked. 642, all alphas, 2 alpha, 2 Charlie, 3 alpha, 1 Charlie. Okay, now we're gonna go to that 100% speed. So this is gonna be, like I said, where you should be training the majority of the time. This is gonna push your comfort zone. Okay, so I'm not shooting to get hits. I'm shooting to push the speed. Again, push my comfort zone. And honestly, when you start to do this, you start to apply, good vision. All of these other fundamentals we're gonna talk about today, you're gonna see that your 100% is actually better than you probably think it is. So this is gonna be a little wild, okay? Stand by. All right, so 472, let's check the hits out. I'm probably gonna do that again. So I did this twice, right? So I should have 8 hits on each target. Right, yeah, 8. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 alphas, 3 Charlies. The 3 Charlies are probably from that 100% run. Then we got over here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 Charlies, 1 Delta, 5, 2 alphas, and then probably a mic. And then this is actually kind of pretty cool. So we got a Charlie, 2 Charlie, 3 Charlie, 4 Charlie, and then 4 alpha. So only 1 mic. So that's shooting at 10 meters, 2 bill drills, which is pretty fast actually for 472 reload. So let's do it one more time just to demonstrate that speed again. So I actually see some fresh target hits. All right. All right, so again, 100% speed, and then we'll check those hits out. Stand by. When I say I pushed the speed on that, I pushed the speed. That was a 441. Yeah, I didn't even see my dot on half those shots, but we'll check them out anyway. Yep, that's what I thought. So, like I said, guys, it's okay to miss. There should be 4 here. We got 1. We got 2 alpha, alpha Charlie. So what that was is when I presented, even with my dot occluded, I was looking for the dot, not staring at the target. And my dot was actually probably up here. So all I could see was black. But even point shooting from 10, still got a couple hits. All right, let's take this with us. So now we're gonna move into some shooting and moving. So shooting and moving and shooting while moving, 2 totally different things. And the difference between really, really good shooters and decent shooters, is the ability to shoot and move efficiently. So there's a lot of different things you can work on here, but to keep this simple, what I want to work on is exiting and arriving into position very quickly. So when I talk about efficient movements, what I want to do is try and do as many things at once at the same time. So I'm going to demonstrate this. This is not in and out, sorry, go, stop, stop, go, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to demonstrate this incorrectly, and then we'll start to demonstrate it properly. So we got 3 targets, 1 target array set up in front of each stick. They are 7 meters, that's about 11, and that one's 15. So I forgot to paste that, but we remember there's only 1 Charlie on that target. So with this drill, we can start here in the middle, or we can start on the end and finish in the middle. So if we start in the middle, we're gonna finish on one of the ends. And the way this works is since I'm starting in the middle, I'm gonna run to a side, or sorry, I'm gonna shoot 2 here, run to the side, shoot 2 on that target, run all the way over, shoot 2 on that one. So with the positioning, I have to be, when in the middle, inside of the sticks, and on the far ends, I have to be on the outside of the sticks. So let's go ahead and kick this off. So like I said, the first run here, I'm going to demonstrate incorrectly. So I'm gonna be very inefficient, all right? I'm gonna try and shoot fast though. Stand by. All right, so that was a 10-16. You can probably notice what I was doing there. So like I said, we want to be efficient, try and do multiple things at once. Let's check the hits as we talk here. So what I was doing is I was trying to just get into position and then present the target. And as you can see, that took quite a while, but the hits are pretty good. I actually didn't shoot all that fast. I think I have a Charlie over here. So yeah. So to improve on this, what we want to do is we want to start presenting our gun as we're entering into position. It's really that simple. There's no like fancy technique behind this or anything like that. It's just, like I said, so we had 2 alphas here, cool. We just want to be efficient with our movement. So we want to have the gun up and present it as we enter position. And as soon as we break our shots after that position, we want to exit quickly. So let's demonstrate that. Try and demonstrate it properly, I should say. So we're gonna do this twice. I'm gonna start here in the box so you can see entering and exiting in position. So exiting out of the box well and entering into position on the far side's well. And then I'll start on the end on the second run. So should have enough for this one. So incorrectly shooting about the same speed at 10-16. So now we're gonna try to be more efficient with the movement and check out the time difference. All right, stand by. I screwed my footing up. All right, so 8:33. I didn't do all that well with that. So we got Alpha Charlie, Alpha Delta maybe, and then can't see that from here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start on the outside. So we're gonna have to finish on the inside of the box. So again, actually I'll just talk about this real quick. So when I'm entering into position, my gun should be up, ready. So I'm running with my gun, and I'm not waiting to get in position before I present my gun. So I should be about here. I'm slowing down, red dots on my target, and as soon as I get my footing, I break my shots. So I shouldn't have to be coming into position all off balance, trying to find my dot after all my movement's done, because that's just obviously inefficient. So let's start from here and finish on the box. Get some water real quick. You know, a lot of people wonder what I do with my dump pouch. It's old water bottles. That's really it. All right. Here we go. Stand by. Oh, wait. That mag's empty. Stand by. All right, so 808. And as you can see, my positioning there wasn't the best. This one was pretty decent. So as I got to about here, I started to present my dot. I had in mind exactly where my footing was gonna go. And as soon as I got there, as soon as I stopped moving, or I was basically in the box, I broke the shots. So let's check the hits out real quick. Like I said, you're gonna see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And here we have the bad and the ugly. You know, this is just disappointing. 3 deltas and a Charlie. The 2 of those deltas were definitely from the first run. Here we got 2 Alpha, 2 Charlie. This is for the center target. And then our far right target, we got 3 alphas and a delta. All right, so let's do this one more time. We're gonna start on the other side this time. Try and demonstrate, you know, again, efficient movement in regards to arriving and exiting position well. If you guys are wondering what this is a quarterback sleeve. I'm remedial, guys. I need my notes, okay? I'll probably forget what I'm doing out here if I don't have this. All right, so same thing. We're gonna start here and then finish on the middle box. All right, stand by. I screwed the draw up. We're gonna do that again. Stand by. All right. Well, I doinked that one up. That was an 854. I have a, oh, it's a Delta, I saved it. So even being off balance here, this is, again, 7 meters. This is an easy shot, 2 alphas. Generally speaking, when I'm training pistol, none of my targets are within 10 meters because shooting within 10 is kind of pointless. So even at 12, even though terrible presentation, interposition poorly, have a Delta and an alpha. This guy should be pretty good. Double alpha there. So, all right. Now we're gonna move on to the next drill. So we did some stand and deliver. We did, you know, with our weapon manipulations, a little bit of target transitions. We did our wide target transitions, and we just did entering and exiting positions, so shooting and moving. Now we're gonna kind of tie everything together with this drill. So this is called in and out. This is a drill, if you've seen some of our content before, I do a lot. I do this a lot with rifle and pistol because this just evaluates so many things. I generally, yeah, this is definitely a drill I do almost every time I come out to the range. So, and really all I change about this is target distance, the no shoots, maybe add a steal in here and there. But other than that, I basically run this drill almost all the time. So the reason why is this drill really works on a ton of different things. Obviously, if you guys are picking up by now, we're working on skill isolation. So the skill isolation specifically with this drill is shooting while moving. So, excuse me. So the way this drill looks, I'm gonna run this dry real quick, is the starting position is here. On buzzer, I draw shoot 2. So I cannot see the target from my starting position. I have to lean, so that's important for this drill. Now, this is in and out on steroids, by the way, because we have these visual barriers here, so I can't see the target through the wall. Majority of USPSA shooting, IPSC shooting, the walls you can see through, so that makes target transitions and seeing targets obviously a lot easier. So, I can't see the target, I draw, I lean, I shoot. I'm gonna come over here, shoot these 2 while moving backwards. I'm going to reload, just to, again, to work on being efficient at moving, trying to do multiple things at once. And then same thing here, I got 2 more targets, and I can't see the target unless I'm leaning. So I can't come into this position too hot or I'll be way off balance. I may be able to get my shots off before I fall over, but in order to come back this way, I'm gonna lose a lot of time if I'm off balance. So I'm gonna come back this way, shoot these on the move, and then finish on these 2. So like I said, a lot of things are going on here. And additionally, we don't have our visual indicator on the target like we did back there, so little black dots. We have no shoots. So the no shoots generally attract your eye, and what you look at is generally what you're gonna hit. The same thing applies to driving, by the way. So we go from a black dot to having a no shoot that we don't want to shoot, so we don't want to be staring at the no shoot because we'll actually probably hit it. So I'm gonna demonstrate this incorrectly first, so an inefficient run, and then we'll do it a couple times correctly. So here we go. So incorrectly first, stand by. All right, so 1574. Let's check those hits out. All of these targets are 10 meters away, by the way, from the starting point. Or, sorry, 7 meters. We got 4 alphas. So, should have 4 alphas there. Didn't shoot these while moving at all. Excuse me. Man, that rain's really coming up. 1 Charlie, 3 alphas. Have a Charlie because I suck at shooting. If like eating old mashed potatoes with shooting, that's an example of that. And then over here we got 2 alphas on each. All right, so since this drill is a little more complicated than the other drills we did, I'm going to shoot this at that 50-60% speed first, and then we're gonna crank it up to the competition speed, see what we're able to do, and then we're going to rep it out at that 100% speed. So, actually, don't need that mag. Running out of full mags here. All right, so 50-60%, but I'm gonna shoot while moving, trying to be a little more efficient. So, had a 1574 first run. Let's see how we do the second one. All right, stand by. All right, 1334, so 2 seconds faster. I kind of got lost in my optic there, so I actually, yeah, I have a mic there, and I have a no shoot over here. So check these out real quick. Oh, no mic, the Delta. I pulled it down. So we got 2 Alpha, 2 Charlie, Alpha, Alpha, Charlie, and Delta. This was my second to last shot. I brought the gun over, good recoil, and then I just kind of yanked it over with poor recoil management, poor anticipation, I should say, and then yanked that no shoot. These guys, not good here, so I'm still shooting with my dot occluded, by the way, so I have to have good vision on the target in order to see what I'm doing. And when I came over, I didn't have the dot at all, just broke the shot and had a mic. So fixed it on the second shot, came over here, and then 2 alphas. All right, let's rep this out at that 90% competition speed. You. So 1334, you guys saw the hits. Now we're gonna go, again, competition speed, so 90%-ish. Stand by. All right, so 1081, so much faster. I'm not too I don't think I'm gonna be happy with the hits. I'm getting lost in my optic a little bit. The shooting while moving was very good. I was pretty confident with these, at least. So 2 Alpha, 2 Charlie, 3 Alpha, 1 Charlie. Yep, got a no shoot. We got Charlie, Alpha, Charlie, no shoot. And then, yeah, dot was just way off on this when I came back over. So Charlie, Delta, Delta, Mike. That's not the hit you want to see at your competition speed. You got Alpha, 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 Charlie. All right, so we're gonna do it one more time, this time at 100%. These out of the way. So this time, just to remind you one more time, this is that uncomfortable speed, okay? So I'm just going to move as fast as I can. If I have inconsistencies with my shooting, it's really gonna show here. All right, so stand by. All right, so 1049. I goofed that one up, guys. That was not good. It's okay. So the shooting and moving part, obviously pretty brutal. Not happy with this at all. We got 2 Charlies, Alpha, Delta, no shoot from up here. Charlie, Charlie, Mike. This is my last shot. These aren't too bad considering how fast I took these. So Delta, Charlie, Alpha, Alpha. Come over here to a no shoot. Alpha, Charlie, the mic over here. I brought the gun over and that's what I got, just not good. And then we got Charlie and Delta, and then we have Alpha, Alpha. So there you have it, guys. That was kind of a quick training day. We kind of obviously accelerated this to try and show off some of the skills that you need to learn or just practice to get better at competition shooting, so specifically USPSA shooting. So key points, skill isolation. Obviously some of these drills aren't all that exciting or fun, but these are what bring improvement. So rep them out. Remember to keep those speeds in mind. So your 50 to 60%, your 80 to 90, and that 100% speed. And then big things to work on: vision. So work on dot occlusion. If you have to, mark a dot on your target so you can focus on it. Efficient movements, so in and out of positions, shooting while moving. Just trying to do multiple things at once is really gonna speed things up for you while you're shooting competition. So if you can shoot while you're moving, do it. If you can reload while moving, do it. It's obviously a lot faster and more efficient. And real quick, just my experience with USPSA. So I said I had, I shot a couple matches. So the thing with USPSA shooting is you cannot fake being a GM, a Grandmaster. There are paper GMs out there. Obviously I shoot around GMs all the time. I shoot with Brantley all the time. Now my first match, I classified as a low A class. My last match, I classified as a GM for the first time. So that doesn't make me a GM. I'm not paying for USPSA by any means. But what I'm saying is through dry fire and just doing drills like this, although I didn't really perform all that well today, I improved drastically over the last year. So I shot for almost 9 to 10 years pistol shooting, just coming out basically thinking I was training well, just shooting like the 50 round carbine course of fire, 50 round pistol course of fire, doing like assessments like that. And I just wasn't improving until I really focused on efficiency and movement, target transitions, vision, that sort of thing. And my pistol shooting went through the roof when I applied it on the range and mainly in dry fire. So hopefully this helps you guys out with just some examples you can do, some things you can work on. So until next time guys, Brandon at T.REX.